Hey there, this is Eric. About 2 weeks ago, I went through the process of posting a review on WhatClinic.com. I posted a detailed review of a clinic I went to called DentaTur Antalya. And long story short, I was screen recording. I planned to share on YouTube, but unfortunately, the screen recording cut out at about the last 2 minutes. So, this is 2 weeks in the future, and I was successfully able to post the review. It wasn't clear at the time whether I would. I was very curious about the moderation practices of WhatClinic, but it did work. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut away to myself from 2 weeks ago. I will then afterwards come back and explain what happened after I posted. Hi there, I'm Eric. It's July 5th, 2026, and this is a walkthrough of me attempting to publish my WhatClinic review of DentaTur Antalya, where I had my All on 8 done in 2024. So WhatClinic is an online review platform like Trustpilot and Google Reviews. It was part of my research before I had my teeth done in the first place. It's how I decided on the clinic that I decided on. And having been through the whole thing and had work done abroad, I see that the online review ecosystem it's not transparent, and I really doubt the majority of the 5-star reviews I see. So I did come to WhatClinic before I made my decision as I was narrowing down my options, and this is DentaTur's page, so very similar to how it was then. Perfect 5 out of 5 rating, currently 13 verified reviews. From my research, it does seem that WhatClinic is more guarded than Google reviews. You have to basically publish your review with your contact info. They get in touch with you. If they verify you, they then allow you to add pictures, but it's a lot less manual and straightforward than Google reviews, so there's more steps, and I will be making updates as I move through this process. Anyway, so quick look at what's currently here. A lot of the reviews you see are published like this, just showing the final smile. You can't really see what's going on behind the lips without them retracted. I saw a lot of this when I was doing my research. And then you have reviews like this, which I'm kind of surprised they published. So this is very similar to what I have going on. This guy's got these huge flanges, just like I do. Flanges or saddle designs, I've heard them described as, and they make it very, very difficult to clean beneath them because it essentially sits on your gums like a denture. And this may be appropriate for this guy. When I went to DentaTur, I specifically was looking for flush gum level bridges, something that sat flush against the gums like this. For my research, that's the easiest to maintain and care for. It's basically the international standard. This hybrid denture may have been appropriate for this guy. It's not what I was looking for, and it's not what I was shown in person. So I was expecting to receive what I was physically shown, and that's basically what I believed I was consenting to. Instead, I ended up with something like this. So these are my pictures here. So this is my smile, and because DentaTur does not engage in, how did they phrase it? Non-medically necessary bone reduction. So rather than lowering the bone so that this obvious junction would sit outside of my smile window, they just decided to essentially slap on a porcelain denture to it. And as I speak right now, it's probably not evident, but I do kind of feel self-conscious about it, and I do kind of guard it. So my natural smile is more like this, and I do hold back a lot. It's highly visible to me. I feel it as well. In particular, there's this weird serrated effect here with the little fake gums that go over my gums that I constantly feel rubbing against my lip. Not at all what I was expected. And I will be attaching these to my review if WhatClinic allows me. But just moving on here. So I have 10. These are the photos I published with my Google review. Beyond the aesthetics of the obvious junction, I have a lot of issues cleaning underneath. So I've had significant gum recession around my implants. And when my dentist shows me with close-up cameras, there's just crap under there, even when I water pick and when I floss. Just moving it along here. So a lot of recession on my top implants. This is a more full picture. So this is after brushing, flossing, and water picking. This is the best I can do on my own. My dentist has shown me just how much crap's up there, and I often feel it. These pictures are a couple months old at this point, so my teeth at the moment are probably a little bit worse, and I have an appointment coming up where I'm not expecting good news. with my specialist. Next. Lower teeth, again, nothing like what I was shown, but apparently from the people I've spoken to, it's very common with turkey teeth. They just bulk it out this way because they don't remove enough bone. If they remove more bone, it can be taller and then it's stronger. Rather than that, though, because they don't remove bone, they often don't remove bone, I don't want to say anything blanket, they end up just bulking it out this way, and I have a lot of food gets caught behind this ledge here. It affects my speaking a bit as well, but I've probably got used to it. But when I'm tired, it's more obvious. Just moving along here. So, yeah, there's all kinds of crap under my teeth, even when I clean them. It's just not possible to get up, under, and around. And the concave? The concave bottom of the teeth with your gums in there. You can get floss under some of the time, but you can't clean the bottom of the implant. The bottom of the denture, I should say. The bottom of the bridge. I was not expecting this hybrid denture design. It was not what I was shown, and it's causing me a lot of issues here. So I have also fenestration apparently beginning, which is why you see the little bit of hole in the gum there. The hole in the gum is different than regular recession. Recession is when the gums shrink away. This is where the gums and the bone have opened up. Generally, I've been told it's because of poor implant positioning. I'm not a dentist, and I don't have expertise in this, but I've been told this is fenestration I got going on, and I have it visible in the next picture, I think, as well. Yeah, very scary. You know, this is popping out of my bone. Moving on, though. So again, all kinds of stuff under the bottom of my teeth, despite the best I can do cleaning. And then the final picture, this is with my specialist's whatever camera, and very, very gross. I'll just take that off the screen. So, DentaTur, 5 stars, 13 reviews. I'm just going to move on to posting my own review. I have it open in another tab here. And I'm going to paste in my text. So this is basically what I published for my Google review. I guess I'll add some line breaks here. I'm not going to read it out. I will try to paste the text content in the YouTube video here, keep it moving. But it summarizes basically that I was shown one thing, ended up with another thing. Issues with fenestration, gum recession. I've been warned that my implants are likely to fail, at least some of them, within the next few years. And the main issue I've had is DentaTur did show me one thing and gave me another, and they've said that it is standard that, depending on the conditions at the time of the surgery, to have some leeway in changing the treatment plan. They have not confirmed if there were any unexpected findings. I got my file from them. There were no notes about anything unexpected. So whether or not they purposely showed me flush gum level bridges and then gave me this hybrid denture is not for me to say, but there's nothing in my file or that I've been told concretely that would have necessitated giving me this ridiculous, impossible to clean hybrid denture. And it's what I've got, and I'm trying to deal with it. And if I had known that this is what they give people, or that I would be getting, I would have definitely not said yes. Anyway, so it does seem that WhatClinic allows half-star reviews. Oh, earlier I was playing around with this. Why is it frozen? So, I'm back. This is Eric from the future. It's July 21st, 2026. I went through the process of publishing the review. Everything worked. After I submitted, I ended up having a missed call. So WhatClinic had an automated phone call placed that I completely missed, but luckily they did send an SMS. So I got the confirmation text and I clicked the link, and that confirmed that as a real human. Then for a while nothing happened. So I contacted the site on the 11th here, asking what was going on. From what I had learned, it's about a 5-day review process. This was on the 11th, so it had been about 6 days. Then I got a reply from the clinic, which is a little bit long, and I'm not going to read it out here. I'm going to keep this short, but basically they confirmed what I had written, And then they said that we can't really allow you to publish this. We believe some of your language might be a little loose, to protect themselves, I guess, from any defamation risk. They basically sent me back a revised draft of what I had written with some of the language changed a little bit. I gave them the thumbs up on it, so I sent my reply to their draft with a few changes made, which are actually live on the website now. So I'm going to cut to that. So on the WhatClinic website now, I am, I believe, third from the top. So I posted on the 5th. It wasn't visible until, what date would that be? The 13th? Oh, sorry, no, they confirmed me on the 13th. Yeah, that's right. So posted on the 5th. It wasn't live immediately. It became live on the 13th, even though it says the timestamp is the 5th. They published everything in my revised draft with their suggestions. So I am the only review that has 10 pictures. I'm not sure what the total number is. I submitted 10, the same that I did with my Google review. These are the previous reviews. It's a bit more curated than Google. So more curated in the sense that you don't go live immediately and there is a confirmation step, but the confirmation step seems to really only be, are you human? They didn't ask to see my medical records. They didn't ask to see any receipt or confirmation of the timeline. I'm just going to actually open my full review here. So, reviewed by phone and email. So, I did submit. Everything seemed to be fine. And whether or not DentaTur was informed of the new submission, I don't know. But we see that 5 days later, Andrew from India published. And then on the 10th, same day, Vanessa from Turkey. And assuming they also had a 5 to 7 day delay at the time, from the time of them posting to then it going live, that means they probably published, well, they probably published after me, but, you know, this probably did not become live until around the 15th. Anyway, so I'm kind of impressed at the actual communication with WhatClinic. It is more curated than it is on Google for Google reviews. Specific information they requested, including how much I paid. I think this is probably converted. So at the time I paid, what was it, 13,700 pounds, which came to about 23,000 Canadian. I guess this is adjusted probably more to the current Canadian currency, the currency value relative to pounds. But they added this themselves, and when I submitted, which is kind of cool, they allow half-star reviews. So I would have given 0. I also did not choose the headline here. So it seems like part of their process is when they vet someone in terms of that person being real, and then they approve the text or offer suggestions like they did for me, at some point they add their own headline. And this is totally in line with what I said in my review, although I did not explicitly choose this headline here. So my review is live. I think the reason that WhatClinic has fewer reviews is because there are actually a few hurdles. I don't know at all that any of these beyond mine are legitimate. I don't know if these are fake or are these posted by people who had some kind of financial incentive, but I am the only sub 5-star review. And all in all, I would say that WhatClinic is probably a little bit more reliable than Google reviews. That being said, I did come here before I went to DentaTur. I did my research. No one else had posted a 1-star review like me. No one else had shared really detailed after information about how things play out once you get home, and no one else had shared so many pics. So I hope I've made the process of posting on WhatClinic a little clearer, and I'm hoping that what I posted is actually helping people make better decisions than I was able to at the time. That's really it. So the full text should be up here on whatclinic.com. I'll link to it. And I guess if you're looking to get All Annex done, good luck. I hope I helped your research, and pass this along to anyone else you know who might be in a similar position. Bye for now.